Welcome to episode 3 of the Alex.Nunemaker Mortgage Podcast for the week of June 27th. In market news, we've settled into a mortgage rate range that's eased off their highs of about 2 weeks ago. So there's a few reports or readings that will be coming out this week, but the most important one is the Personal Consumption Expenditure, or PCE report. That comes out on Thursday. This strips out food and energy, so take that for what it is. But this is something that the Fed loves. One thing to keep in mind is that the summer months, the readings from last year, the PCE report showed very low rates of inflation. So it might be difficult to get a reading that looks comparatively good versus last year. So in terms of inflation, I think this summer might be a little rough for mortgage rates as these PCE reports come out every month. It's going to be tough to get an inflation reading that looks comparatively good, but in the fourth quarter of last year, PCE rates had gone up. So it's going to be easier for inflation readings to look better, which I think over on the macro scale will actually help mortgage rates. So just something to keep an eye on this week. Now for your mortgage tip, if you know me, you know that I'm passionate about VA loans and serving our military clients. The VA loan product is a great benefit that our military service members have earned. And recently I had a few listing agents. They called me and they asked me how to vet an offer that they received where the buyer is utilizing VA financing. So I wanted to share my thoughts with you. First, the VA loan is nothing to be afraid of, but I do understand the hesitancy. I don't want to be biased. Unfortunately, I believe that there are some bad actors in the VA loan space in the form of call centers, big box lenders that target veteran buyers and without their best interest at heart. And they've got loan officers with very little training, and unfortunately that comes with a sloppy loan process. Ultimately, though, it's not that loan officer or that lender who gets the stain, but it's the VA loan in general. Whether it's fair or not doesn't really matter, but I understand that reality. Really, it's the lending industry that needs to clean up poor training with the VA loan and hold poor lenders accountable. Now, let me get off my soapbox and I'll give you some tips. So the number one thing you can do is to call that loan officer that issued that pre-approval letter and ask if they have a COE, or a certificate of eligibility. This is a must-have to issue a pre-approval letter, but all too often I see mess-ups from lenders who aren't completing this basic step. This piece of paper comes from the VA, it confirms their eligibility, tells them really important pieces of information that are crucial to a VA loan's pre-approval. So if they say, "What's that?" or "No," then you need to run away from that offer. The second thing you can do is to do an honest assessment of the property's condition. So yes, the VA loan does have very basic health and safety requirements that they want taken care of. Basics like no exposed electrical wiring, no mold. Just like FHA, they have a fascination with handrails. They're not exactly the same as FHA, but similar. But unlike FHA, the VA can actually waive some repairs if they're not significant and the veteran asks for them to be waived. So the basics is they're not looking to kill any deals with these minimum property requirements. So just address some of these basics up front. And then finally, the quote of the week: never mistake knowledge for wisdom. One helps you make a living, the other helps you make a life. It's by Sandra Carey. We have such a great opportunity to make a difference in people's lives by imparting the wisdom that we acquire with experience in this field. Don't lose sight of that. This is a beautiful and great opportunity for us to not only make a living, but to make an impact on people's lives. So if I can help you or any of your clients with any questions or pre-approvals, let me know. Have a great week.